Hello, how are you all doing today? I hope you are all well. It is a really grim, miserable, dark day here today, and I have been going through this morning. Hello, Yoli. She's just come and sat next to me. I've been going through this morning and I've been doing some watering and kind of getting on top of various planty things, and I just thought it would be fun today to spin the camera around and, oh yes, I know, give you a little look at what is going on in my collection at the moment. I haven't been the most motivated with my plant care for the last month or so. There's just things going wrong and there's other stuff. Life has just taken over a bit, but yeah, I thought I could give you some updates. I've got some good, I've got some bad, and we could just go through some things together. But first, if you are new here, hi, my name's Claire and this is Yoli. I make videos all about houseplant care, sharing tips and tricks I've learned over the years to help keep your plants happy and healthy. And yeah, so that is the plan for today, just a very chilled planty walkthrough, and we can chat through everything as we go. So yes, I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Okay, so I'm hoping this is going to look really nice and cozy on camera and not just really dark, because oh my goodness, it is the grimmest day outside. It actually weirdly looks brighter on camera than it is. It is blowing a storm out there, and we haven't done the dog walk yet. But so there's never like massive updates in this space, but I have had a little rearrange of some of the plants on the windowsill. I actually brought one of the terrariums down from upstairs just because I love this one so much. It's just got a little Fittonia in it, but it's been up in our spare room for ages, and I was just like, I feel like it's not getting enough attention up there, so brought it down here. Really like the look of it there. And then this was in the kitchen before, and again, I haven't moved it here for any specific reason. It never looks completely happy, this plant. It's a Dracaena goldiana, and I really love it, and I've combined it with a couple of other little ones down the bottom there. I'm growing it in semi-hydro, and it just always looks a little bit sorry for itself. Like there's nothing to suggest it's doing badly, and maybe this is just how the plant grows. But can you see how like all of its leaves are a little bit curly and like, I don't know, I'm not sure. I haven't figured that plant out yet. So if you know why that's happening, let me know. And then yeah, got a couple of alocasias. My platinum is one that I always love. It is just the apple of my eye. I think it's so beautiful. One of my easiest alocasias as well. But you will see that I've put the green shield on this little shelf behind the sofa, and I put this here just because I really like the look of this plant. It's one that drives me absolutely crazy because it's just constantly cycling and dying off, and I can never get it past more than 2 leaves. But for the time being, like if you stand back, I just think it adds a lovely little pop of greenery there. So there it stays for the time being. Also, this is a weird one. My my Hoya Australis Lisa, that's the one that looks burnt out on camera because of the grow light. It is flowering again, but it's kind of flowering weirdly. Do you know what I mean? It hasn't got like a proper cluster of flowers in the way that it might usually and has had previously. It's just kind of putting out the odd flower here and there. It's got a little cluster of 3 there, and I'm not quite sure why this is. I also do need to continue to train it to go around because it's getting very leggy now. Again, I could trellis it. Can I be bothered to trellis it though? I don't know. And then this one, I can't remember if this was here last time actually. It might not have been, but this is my Boston Fern. I've kind of moved that one around and about everywhere. It's been through in my main planty space for ages. And yeah, I just really liked it, and I was like, it's not getting appreciated enough over there. So again, like texture wise, if you just stand back and look at it, I just think it looks really lovely like that. Still haven't figured out what I'm doing with my Philodendron Dean McDowell. That's going to be classic, a New Year's job. I will at some point figure out, oh, in fact, you know what? I actually think, and I'll talk to you about this when we get through to the plant room, but I think I might need to move this one now because, hello Yuli, what are you doing? Hi. Hi, Waggy. Hello, baby. Yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah, I think I might actually finally now have to move that one, just purely for the fact that my Pallitiflorum that I'll show you when we get next door has now started giving me leaves that are like bigger than me, and I think this might be the only spot where that plant can survive. But you know what, that's not even the most practical spot for my Pallitiflorum, purely for the fact that then its leaves are going to be covering the shelves. So I don't know what to do about this, unless I guess I was to put like a little floating shelf on that bit of wall there, like the edge, and then have it coming down there. Would that work? Oh, I just don't know. I cannot make up my mind about that. What are you doing, sweetie? What are you doing? She actually is wanting to go out. I know exactly what she's doing. It's just that it's so grim. I'm putting it off for as long as possible. Also, moving in a weird order, I know, but let's take a moment to appreciate the Christmas tree because it is so beautiful. Honestly, like having the Christmas tree here has just made me think I want something cozy there all year round. I don't know quite what that is yet. Maybe it's like a floor lamp or something, I don't know. But obviously my massive Monstera Deliciosa was in this spot before, and we've moved that up to the spare room. But, oh God, I'm actually considering getting rid of that plant. And I never thought I'd say that. But just because, as I say, I think something else maybe needs to go there. I'm not getting rid of just yet, but I am very much contemplating it. My God, see the hedges out there blowing. But yeah, I think that will, again, be a New Year's decision when we get rid of the Christmas tree. Pack it all up and everything, and then replace or figure out what's going to go there. Also, I was going to say, our Christmas tree actually isn't real. I know some of you were asking in my last video, and we got a realistic looking fake Christmas tree. Whether or not this is the right environmental thing to do, I don't know. I know some people say, get a real tree, it's better. Getting a real tree just personally makes me quite sad. I just hate seeing them die. And this is something that hopefully we will be able to use literally year after year after year after year. So yeah, it's here for the long run, which in my opinion is better. But anyway. But then, yes, where did we get to? Yeah, potential Pallitiflorum there. These shelves here, nothing major has changed. The Aglaonema and the Hoya have been there since we moved in now, actually, and even though it is super, super dark up there, they're still doing really well. I planted this little Hoya into one of Ross's weird and wonderful pots as well. I can never remember the name of this Hoya, but it's doing fine. It's doing absolutely fine. Again, like that Hoya, I'm like, I don't know, it's not one that massively excites me, but I do like the fact that there's greenery there. So yeah, it's there for the time being. I know I'm not sounding massively excited about anything today, am I? To be honest, like this time of year, and again, you'll see once we get through to this bit, you'll see it is chaos and there's lots of things going wrong. But this time of year, I do just find it sometimes a little bit like not very motivating. I don't know. I still love my plants. I love the look of them. I'm still enjoying plant care. But I also just think that when the weather is so grim, I kind of just want to like snuggle up on the sofa and not do anything. So there are a lot of things that have been a little bit overlooked and things that could definitely be doing better. It also really, really highlights this time of year my hardy plants, like this Aglaonema down here. I have done like nothing to this plant in months. I'll occasionally throw some water on it, but yeah, it just stays looking really, really lovely, as well as this one here. This one always looks really lovely. I was going to say as well, the hallway is somewhat filled with plants at the moment. I did a fun little road trip, let's say, with some of my plants recently. I will talk to you more about that in the next month or so. But yeah, I took some of my plants out and about for a fun little thing. But yeah, so as I say, nothing much in that area. But in fact, my pothos cuttings in my lovely little bookie thing have, I think, rooted now. Yeah, they have got roots. And I think that's really, really pretty. Again, I know I could pot them up, but I just quite like having them propping there. I really like the little splash of green. However, I have got a pothos in the kitchen that is near death, so maybe I'll chop that one up and put that in there, and those cuttings could start a new plant. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. But yes, otherwise, Pilia down here, this one has very much just turned to face the light. I could rotate it, but I'm quite happy with it growing in a weird and wonderful direction. It looks nice from, this is where I usually sit on the sofa at night time, and I think it looks nice from there, and really, I'm the one that's appreciating it, so I'm just going to leave it like that for now. It has got lots of pups in it though, that I should probably divide, so big stretch. So yeah, I will do that at some point. But that's pretty much the gist of this space. It's going to feel really weird as well, because I was going to say, obviously not having my big monstera there, if I did get rid of that, if I did pass that on, but also I had loads of other plants kind of like nestled around it, so maybe the declutter just needs to continue, and maybe I need to just find some things new homes. I don't know. But yeah, euphorbia's still actually doing quite amazingly well. This one is still kicking out a fair bit of growth, which at this time of year I'm quite surprised about. I've got my Sansi grow light bulb up there, and it is working wonders for that plant. Weirdly though, the variegated one growing loads, and the non-variegated one not really growing at all. And I don't know if anyone can tell me why this is, because obviously the non-variegated one, like that one in theory, and also the fact it's closer to the window, that one should be giving me more growth than it is. And this one, yeah, this one's got loads of new growth. Look at that. So yeah, don't know why that is, but it is what it is. And then coming through to the rest of the house, this is probably like the most realistic walkthrough I've ever done. There is mess everywhere. I just kind of left it as is. I was like, I'm just going to leave the pots and the soil and everything, and you can just kind of see it how I see it every day. My mum bought me a little hyacinth actually, which I'm really excited about. Also, got a little light up pot, which is quite cute and Christmassy. But I love hyacinths so much. I think they're probably my favourite flower. Oh, and in fact, one of them's just popped. If you don't know what the smell of hyacinth smells like, grab yourself a hyacinth and bury your face in it, because oh my God, it is just the most delicious, lovely smell ever. So yeah, I believe we start them inside, and then come spring, I think we plant them outside. I'm not quite sure. I'll ask my mum about that, or I'll do some research. But then yeah, this one amazingly actually is doing okay. This is my Dieffenbachia Tropic Snow. I've thought many times about getting this one a little grow light, just kind of hanging down there. And I think really I should. Again, I just haven't got around to it. But yeah, Bird of Paradise there. Oh my God, everything is so... I tried to like change the settings on my camera before filming this so that it wouldn't look so ridiculously dark in here. And I've somehow made it so that like all of the lights are 20 times brighter than they actually are. That looks very bright, but in fact, in reality, it's not that bright. But yeah, I've got a grow light, if you can see it, probably not, above my Bird of Paradise. And that's actually keeping that plant really happy. And this plant is actually putting out new growth, which I'm really, really thrilled about. Oh my God, you can't even see. But yeah, I wasn't sure if this was going to be enough for that plant, because obviously like there's a window there and then there's windows in my plant room on the other side, but it just really doesn't get much light at all otherwise. In fact, let me turn the light off so I can show you. Yeah, so we stand back and I turn these ones off. You can see that is the light that plant gets without the grow light, which is literally nothing. So yeah, with that grow light, it has kept the plant growing really well. I'll show you the new leaf now as well. There we go, look at that, it's a big one as well, and that is purely just from the grow lights. That one is from Grogan, I think. Made it a little bit Christmassy in here as well with some tinsel. I really wanted to do my plant room, and I guess I could, but also I'm like, Christmas is next week now. Oh my God, how is Christmas next week? Is it just going to be a faff having to take it all down again in a couple of weeks? I don't know. Maybe I will just keep this as the Christmassy space. It's so Christmassy. Oh, also, didn't show you, not that this is plant related at all, but Ross got us some stockings, and then he got one for Yoli, got one for my mum, and got one for her dog Ted as well, because on Christmas Day it is me, Ross, mum, Yoli and Ted. So that will be fun. But then before we go through there, quick look at the kitchen. Oh God, I really feel quite ashamed of the plants in here at the moment. This has been probably the most, in fact, 100% the most neglected space. I think just because we've been really busy recently, like, I don't know, you know, when life just takes over and then you get home and you just don't want to do anything. I've got so many plants in here that need attention. A lot of them look better than they should, but yeah, this is the sad pothos I was telling you about. It's just so dehydrated, and it's not that I'm not watering it, it's just that, I mean, I am being lazy about watering it. It's just that it's in a really tiny pot for the size of the plant, and it has been needing a pot upgrade for such a long time, and I just haven't been doing it, and now all of its leaves are curling and loads of them are going yellow and dying off. And actually, by the time I take all of the yellow leaves off, it's probably just going to look like stretches of dead vine. So I should probably chop this plant up anyway. I feel like this is just not a good spot for plants, because when I first moved in here, I did have a pothos plant going across the window as well. And again, I love the look of it, but that one was actually on top of the fridge, which is arguably worse. And yeah, that just got way too hot and the plant dried out, and the exact same thing happened. But I do just think that maybe that is a bit of a lazy spot. It shouldn't be, because the sink is right there. But yeah, it's just a bit of a lazy spot. And then my neon pothos over here, again, got loads of dead growth on top, which again is just totally my fault. It really is. So yeah, not a huge amount to say about a lot of these ones, apart from get your act together, Claire. I've got also, my God, I've got my Philodendron Jose Bueno, which has been rooted for such a long time, needs potting up. And again, this is one that I'm just like, where would it go? Where would it go? And I know I have kind of been jokingly mentioning about getting my plant room. So those are the doors to my plant room there. Getting this whole section here extended into not a greenhouse, a conservatory. In fact, I'll come round and I'll show you what I mean. So essentially those doors would be removed, and all of this space here that we don't use enough, all of that would become conservatory. And realistically, I think that's probably going to be a bit expensive. And when I say unnecessary, I don't think it's unnecessary, because I think it is a space that we use all the time. But I am actually going to get a quote for that, and I'm just going to see how much that would be, because I'm just like, oh my God, can you imagine if I just had all that much more space? I know I'm being space greedy here, because this time last year I was in a 1-bedroom flat, but I'm just like, long term, I feel like it would add to the value of the house, and I just feel like it would allow me to grow things in a way that isn't so I wouldn't have to be crowding things in and overlooking things, and I don't know. Am I justifying it? Probably. Also, something that I didn't mention in my houseplant tour, but I just think is adorable. I got this little air plant when I was at Malvern in May, and I really haven't done anything to it, but it's doing really well. I've just hooked it onto a little sun catcher, and it's doing really well like that. So yeah, it's staying there for the time being. It goes without saying as well, we haven't got into the garden much recently. It's very grim and horrible out there at the moment. We have got some little bulbs. Don't know if you can see them, you probably can't, but there are some bulbs coming through in the flower bed there. I suspect they're probably snowdrops or crocuses or something, but I actually can't remember because we weren't here this time last year, so I will let you know. And yeah, we've got this patio out here, which, I mean, the only plan really for this space was to kind of get a water butt and make it a bit more functional. We've actually got a big barrel under that chair, and that chair is there because I went out with Yoli one day to take her for a wee, and I just noticed that the barrel was starting to fill up with water, and I was just like, oh my god, if an animal fell into that, or if a cat, heaven forbid, jumped in or something, that, like, obviously no way for them to get out, that would just be, they'd be drowned instantly. So I just stuck a chair on top until we figure things out. But yeah, so potentially future plans for that space, but as of yet, I don't know, like, yeah, nothing. Got various other little things here, but nothing particularly exciting that I haven't kind of shown you before. Just, again, more things to get on top of. Oh, Ross is making, God, it's too bright. Ross is making, or infusing actually, some Christmas oil. He's got some cinnamon and I think it's orange and star anise and stuff like that, and he kind of gently heated it. I don't know if it actually boiled, but he's now drained that off, and I think he's going to use it as the base, like a bread or something. He does make a lot of fun breads, which is always very much appreciated. But yeah, everything in here, as I say, does need some attention, but well, I'm showing you how it is. Goes without saying as well, I have not currently got around to do anything more with my cabinet. To be honest, earlier today when I was going through and doing some watering, I was like, should I just put things back in my cabinet? I've got shelves that are like being squished together with things in here, and I'm like, I could have plants under grow lights in this space and maybe I should just do it. I'm just reluctant to, because it feels like I'm failing. It feels like I should have got this done. Why didn't I get this done over summer? I don't know. If you're new to my channel, basically, I really want to seal the entire cabinet and basically make it into a massive terrarium. Like a naturalistic terrarium with like cork backboard and maybe a water feature and like loads of plants just growing like straight out of moss and off bark, and I think it will look amazing. But I just haven't done it. So yeah, stay tuned. I may temporarily put some things back in there just to clear some floor space in here and allow me to kind of monitor things separately, but we will see. Oh, I've just got some fun containers here that I'm hoarding. I got this from Emma's. It's a pretty gin bottle that I thought again would make a nice terrarium. And again, this I just thought would be a nice terrarium. I'd really like to at some point have like a lovely area that could just be filled with beautiful terrariums. In fact, maybe on top of the cabinet at some point I could even put a grow light on top of there, have all the terrariums on top, and then the inside of the cabinet a big terrarium. I don't know, but I've got so many ideas for things. And then plant room looking quite dark and dreary today. I actually haven't put the other grow light on. I'm going to leave it off just because of how much grow lights are like burning out the camera. This one, in fact, looks again way brighter than it actually is. And if all of the grow lights are going to do that, then I may need to turn them all off. In fact, yeah, you know what? Bear with. I'm going to turn off all the grow lights. Okay, I've just dimmed the grow lights and hopefully that will now be good enough for me to be able to show you things. So yeah, big, massive Monstera Thai constellation. I still love this plant and I don't want to say I'm regretting getting it, but there's a teeny weeny little bit of regret in there just because of how much space it's taking up. And I know some of you said this to me. I'm one of these people, I have to find things out for myself. And yes, you were right. But again, I'm like, if we did do a little extension and make a little conservatory, then it would go perfectly in that space. So who knows, maybe it wasn't a bad decision. Put that light back on so that actually, there we go, at least that lights the room somewhat. But yeah, you guys, my pallidiflorum officially now touching the floor. Isn't that insane? This is its most recent leaf, and just look at that. Isn't that crazy, absolutely crazy. And I have harvested almost all of the berries from it again. There's a few more that are on there that weren't quite ready to go the other day. And in fact, they do look ready to pop now. But I got so many from this lot. I sent some out to people on my Patreon. And so it's just really exciting to think about the fact that those berries are now hopefully going to travel all over the world. And like lots of people will be able to grow that plant. I have still got some seedlings as well down here. There's not many in this box. This is from the last batch. In fact, there's literally only a few, but there are some little seedlings in there. And I'm going to start a few more from a few berries that I'm keeping back for myself. Oh, and actually, this is fun. Oh, I can also just see how dirty the floor is. This is fun. I gave a seedling to Alan Titchmarsh recently. So Alan Titchmarsh is going to be growing one of my Anthurium pallidiflorums, which to me is just mind-blowing and it's really exciting. So yeah, that is very fun indeed. But as I said, I was doing some watering this morning and just like a chop back of old things. I've got mess everywhere. I know some of you at this time of year always start saying like, is it normal for things to be dying off? And yes, it very much is. I've got so many dead leaves here and so many things that are just happening because of seasonal change and because I haven't always stayed on top of things with them. I also obviously don't have any like radiators or anything in this space, and it is all underfloor heating, which in some ways is a really good thing, and I feel really lucky to have because it doesn't dry the air out as much as like normal radiators do. However, obviously lots of my plants are either on the floor or very close to floor level, and it means that things dry out so quickly. And in fact, the Ardisia that me and Emma in our collab video that we did got for each other, this one here, it's so beautiful. But I repotted this one in my repot and chat video with you guys last week. And then I left it on the floor and I came back to it and I picked it up. And oh, in fact, look at this. Yeah, so many leaves just fell off. And that one is floppy as anything, and I can tell it's getting ready to go. And I felt so bad, and I was like, I've essentially just gone and left that plant on a heat mat. So what was I to expect, really? But also, this is an alocasia that I don't think I've actually shown you before, and I've had it for a good few months. What is it? Yeah, it's an aurea variegated alocasia. Which is usually not my sort of thing at all. I'm usually not one for yellow variegation, but I saw it when I went to Wisley, RHS Wisley, and I just fell in love with it. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. Also, this one, the Adora, since I have pot upgraded it, look how big it is getting. It's getting absolutely massive. It's giving me really sizable leaves now, so I'm so excited for that one. And things on the whole are doing pretty well in here. I'm so excited by so many things. The variegated Saurian, this is potentially, I was going to say the one I'm the most excited about at the moment. I'd say it's one of the ones I'm most excited about. I'm also excited by the fact that I am still managing to successfully keep 2 Warocqueanums alive. I've got the little baby that is not so little anymore down there. And then this one, that was its newest leaf. And how amazing is that? Isn't it gorgeous? So yeah, I really feel like slowly but surely I am conquering that plant. And then a few things over on the shelves. So actually, one of the things that has started like doing new things for me, and I'll bring it out so I can show you because it is still quite bright. My Welwitschia mirabilis, which is commonly known as the living fossil plant, this one has been so difficult to grow. I had multiple seeds fail when I first started growing it. And recently, I feel like the thickness of it has just kind of like, I don't know, it's just beefed up a little bit. And as you can see, it's really quite like open. It's opening and closing much more than it did before. So I feel like maybe it's getting ready to kind of, I don't know, give me some real proper growth that doesn't just look like it's a little seedling anymore. I really hope so because I'm super excited about it. And then It's really annoying that the camera's doing this because I'd really like to just be able to put it in there and show you. But my Delta Force, my Anthurium Delta Force, which in fact, you know what guys, I'll put some clips in of the ones that aren't that visible so that you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, the Delta Force, that is its most recent leaf, which is so stunning. It's so beautiful. And also it has got a little inflorescence as well. And the fact that it's starting to do that just screams pollination opportunity to me. I am so excited about it. And down here is another one that has been really exciting me, is the Begonia Iron Cross, which actually I got from one of you guys at Malvern. Look, it's properly got its mature form now, which is so exciting. Yeah, I was going to say, has it taken a while to get there? I don't know if it actually has. I think it's actually been quite speedy. But this is the first one that I've grown from leaf cuttings instead of like cane begonia propagation, doing kind of like standard water propagation, and it's done so well. So yeah, really happy about that. Also, the Hoya Silver Dollar that I was given by my friend Sophie, Wholesome Houseplants. It's finally rooted, so now I'm like, do I pot it up? Oh, it's just so pretty. This is a Hoya that I wanted for so long, and I feel just so happy to finally have in my collection. I'm kind of like, I don't know, I've had a bit of a weird love-hate relationship with Hoyas this year, I would say, because there's a lot that I just have been like, I don't really want to trellis them, or I don't want to trellis them in like the conventional way. But I think the ones that I really care about, I am obviously going to trellis because that's the best way to grow them. I think it's just going to make me be a little bit more concise about what I actually really like and what I don't. Which is like, it's only a good thing, especially when you are having to potentially think about downsizing, which I have done. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but my house just is it's far less planty than the flat was, which just seems crazy to me because obviously the flat was a much smaller space. But yeah, I guess my priorities have just been a bit different, and I've just been a bit more conscious about not wanting to overwhelm myself since being here. I don't know. It's working, whatever, but yes. But if we peek behind the massive Pallidiflorum leaf, you can see that my Begonia guaiguensis, look at that, is also really sizing up, like giving me properly big, beefy leaves now. And this Begonia just blows my mind. It's 100% hands down my favourite begonia. I love it so much. And it's just growing in semi-hydro. Again, do very little to it. There's a lot actually that I am doing very little to in here at the moment. Again, like woo, semi-hydro. But my little Diddy Pallidiflorum, this is the not... Actually, no, that's the normal Pallidiflorum, the massive one. And this is the narrow form. I really need to get my skates on and like do some rehabbing with this plant because it's not happy. It's giving me 2 inflorescences, which you might think is a really good thing. And it is in the sense that I can collect pollen. It's doing that, I think, because the plant is like severely root bound and needs some help. So that is definitely something I must do soon. But I did collect the pollen from this one, so hopefully I can do some cross-pollination. And also, this is a little side note. Have any of you guys that have had, again, it's not focusing, but had anthuriums produce pollen for you before, have you ever smelt the inflow when it's producing pollen? If you haven't, give it a whiff next time. It's quite uncanny. But yes, Hoya up there, everything else up there kind of doing okay. Again, God, this one needs a bigger pot. It really does. My Rhaphidophora tetrasperma is now almost completely like encompassing this room. It is so big and it's growing out of that teeny pot, which has got to be like smaller than a 12 centimetre pot. It's so tiny. So yeah, that is definitely on the to-do list. My Mitchellitziana, I actually just spun it round earlier and I was like, oh, it is doing well. I haven't really appreciated it in a while because all of its foliage turned to face the window, but it is doing really, really well. as is my Cebu Blue. And this is a plant that I always thought I was really bad with. I don't know why. But yeah, this vine here, I've kind of like trained it. I've just like placed it round there to make a bit more space. But when that was outstretched, it was like, I would say almost 2 meters long. It's very, very long. But yeah, I have still got loads of things, loads and loads of things in this space that need attention. I've also got things upstairs that need attention. Like, God, this is another epipremnum. This is the, is it Global Green? What is it? I don't even know. But I've let it dry out so much and I feel so bad. But it just happened almost overnight, and then I was like, oh my God, all of the leaves are going yellow and coming off. And so again, I've got bare structures of vine. So I think there's going to be a lot of chopping up, propagating, and just restarting. I really do think that's what I'm going to need to do. There's lots of things obviously that are going well as well. Like this one, since I have combined it and potted it up, this is my Rhaphidophora foraminifera. This one is doing amazingly well, amazingly well. This is another one as well that I contemplated potentially having a bit of a mix up with. I thought maybe, and this is like a rogue mix up, but I was like at some point maybe I could put this one over where the euphorbias are in the corner under that grow light, and I could put those euphorbias in the plant room. I don't know, I just quite like to have something more foliagey and less like harsh and spiky over in that spot, if that makes sense. But yeah, otherwise there are loads of updates in here, but I think those are the main things. I have got loads to do, if you couldn't tell. Also need to figure out what the heck I am going to do with the Corallina as this one continues to grow and produce like really quite sizable leaves. But I will make a specific video on that at some point, probably in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, that is what things, albeit a little bit chaotic, but that is what things are looking like here at the moment. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough. I'm going to finish on the Christmas tree again because it makes me happy. But yeah, whatever you are doing for the rest of the day, I hope you are staying warm, staying cozy, having fun planty time. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video.
Stay sexy, plant lovers.